Bitcoin rising this morning following news that Tesla has bought about $1.5 billion in the cryptocurrency and will soon start accepting it as payment for its vehicles. Joining us right now is Mike Novogratz. He's the founder and CEO of Galaxy Digital. And Mike, cryptocurrency really taking off on this. Bitcoin up the last I checked over 11%. What do you think of this news?
Listen, it's big news. I mean, Elon Musk has done better than any CEO in the last few years of driving his stock price and driving shareholder value. But one reason is he's listening. He's listening to millennials and Gen Z. So this is the currency of their generation in lots of ways. It's the store of wealth of their generation. So I think it's a really big deal. Michael Saylor did a conference last Thursday, and there was over 1,400 CFOs and CEOs on the conference, over 10,000 people, where he went through and talked about how a corporate could buy Bitcoin. When I was talking to the audience, my message came right back to listen to your audience. Look what happened with GameStop, right? This is a generation that's speaking loud and clear. And I think Elon did it brilliantly.
Let's break this down into two pieces, because I think it's two separate pieces of news. One, that they'll be allowing customers soon to perhaps pay for a car in Bitcoin. They didn't say whether they'd hold on to that Bitcoin or instantaneously flip it, like PayPal has said they'd be doing. If they let you do a transaction, they'd probably flip it and immediately change it back to a more stable form, like a more stable currency. The other is taking $1.5 billion of their cash on hand and plowing that into Bitcoin. I mean, that's a significant amount for them. If you look at it, it's probably 7.5% of what they had as of the end of the year, when they've got about $19.3 billion in cash or cash equivalents on hand. Break this down into two pieces. First of all, what do you think about the idea? Go ahead.
Every company should be looking at how to accept digital currencies as digital payments as part of their business scheme. Like it's not that difficult. It's what customers want. It's where the world is moving. And so that, I think he's getting ahead of the curve. And I think you're going to see every company look to figure out how they, from McDonald's to, Bojangles, you name it. I think the second is a different bet. And, we have a debasement of fiat currency going on right now. We have a debasement of the dollar. And so I think that's a more speculative bet, but it's also a bet, even if it's a smaller portion of your treasury, that tells your customers, hey, we're listening. We understand where the world is going. We're looking forward. People want to invest in companies for the next 100 years, not the last 100 years. And that's becoming more and more clear.
Mike, as you said, no one can argue with what Elon has achieved for his company and its share price over the last year or so. What, though, do you make of his tweets supporting Doge?
I wish he wouldn't. Listen, I think, Dogecoin reminds me a lot of GameStop. It's a meme. It was funny for a little bit, but now it's at market valuation where people are going to lose lots of money in Doge. Bitcoin has a real purpose. Ethereum has a real purpose. Lots of the stable coins have a real purpose. And Doge is kind of a meme, a joke. And so I sometimes wonder, Elon is so smart, he can do whatever he wants to do because he's making everybody money. And I think Doge is a little bit like the 420, comment.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.